that people work hard for a reason. It's one of those things that we all have, and at the same time, like, we're all trying to make it,
Hmm.
just be seen, or just and different things like that. And I think it's really interesting,
Hmm.
the journey, right?
Yes.
The people that say, "Oh yeah, yeah, I could choose you," or like, "Oh, you're
Hmm.
different. I like different." And then you don't hear from them, and you're like,
Yeah.
"But he said I was different. What happened?" And so it's just so insane. I think anything in the
Hmm.
industry of entertainment is tough.
Yeah.
We got so many people that we challenged with and different things like that. And if you don't find something that is going to keep you out of the box of what everybody else is doing, it's just like, but what do
Yeah.
I do now? And you hit the wall like over and over and over again. And it's just horrible. So yeah,
Yeah.
I like the fact that we get to play the way we do. Because
Hmm.
I'm like, we'll find something. Just keep
Hmm.
playing. Let's still talk. We can figure it out. And even with
Yeah.
the voices and all the play on words and the play on just stuff that we know we've grown up with and different things like
Hmm.
that. And I'm like, I know a lot of people that's up on this stuff too.
Hmm.
And they'll get excited because they'll be like, "Oh, I know exactly what that was. That was da 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 da," and
Hmm.
they'll run it down, and then they might actually just look for us now because we're
Yeah.
we're like, made you feel nostalgic, didn't I?
Yep.
Come
Oh
on.
yeah. And that's a great
Hello.
thing about this. And that's a great thing about this is the difference between what we do and what people see is that there's a lot of things that people don't see. There's a lot of struggles that we go through on a daily basis because we are waiting on those major projects that are coming our way. Like for instance, like I said, the first year I started doing this, I was I got out of 1,000 plus auditions I did, I only got maybe 10. And some of them took a lot longer to even hear anything back. And
Right.
there was a lot of times where I just wanted to quit, absolutely wanted to quit.
I
And I
know.
was wasting my time. I was just going to go stick with the 9 to 5 job. And it wasn't making me happy. In fact, I was coming home and just my wife was, it was a hard time for my wife. My wife, I love her to death. I've been married to her. It'll be 18 years tomorrow. And it is, yeah, 18. Why did you still say yes? Um, I have to, there were many times I'm like, okay, we're still at this. Okay. Um,
That's
but
funny.
it is that, yeah, but it is at that time where you have this is the one industry that you have to take a leap of faith because if you don't, then you're not going to last very long. There's, like I said, many times where I just wanted to quit, but thankfully I have a support around me that allows me to go to them when I'm feeling down, when I'm feeling discouraged. I go to prayer, asking God all the times, like, hey, what do you want me to do? How am I supposed to serve you today? Am I
Then he
still on
rung
the
your
right? Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Um, am I on the right path? What am I supposed to do? And there's many times where it's just like the only words came in my head is stay, stay. And other times where people are like, dude, you're good at this. Stick with it. You have no idea what great things are going to come to your way. I'm like,
Mhm.
okay, fine. And if I had not listened to them, I would have never taken a leap of faith to do a pilot that paid me maybe $25 to do
Mhm. Mhm.
and would have never gotten the first TV series. I literally have a list of goals, and that was one of them I was able to cross off. So you never know where your inspiration is going to come. You never know.
Yeah, because it could be with Lady Maya.
Which it is. Ding.
Yay!
Yay! Yay!
Oh my goodness. And then there's more. No, I'm just
And
sorry. I'm
there's
sorry.
a whole lot more.
I
There's so
can't
much
help
more.
myself.
There's so much
I
more.
get with equally goofy people, and I don't know how to act.
Hey,
So
dude, you act goofy. That's just something that happens. That's how we
that's what
act.
we do. Yeah.
That's what we do. Yeah.
So I got a quick question for you. Okay, so
Mhm.
the topic for today is passion.
Yes, passion.
And
Passion.
since we know you now, thank you for your
Mhm.
service.
Mm, there you go.
Uh, I feel like, did you find this to be a passion that really spoke to you? And what did it say? What was it? Was it in another voice? Was it the man in the head in your head, the one on the other side? Yeah.
There, the passion started out as a slow burn and then just turned into a fire. Um, Voiceover, you have to have a passion for it because if not, you're going to quit very early.
Mhm.
But I've found that other things helped to provide a life experience and taught me certain things that I have been able to use over time. Say for instance, while I was working on um, while I was working 9 to 5 job, well, actually it was the evening shift, so it was from 2:30 to 11:30 every day. Um, I met a group of nerds just like me, and we started playing Dungeons and Dragons. I was the dungeon master, or game master, whichever title you want to use. And I started down this path of just creating stories and improving them with my friends, with my coworkers. And it just started to, like I said, just slowly burn that slow burn. All of a sudden, it just drove into this major forest fire. And, that's where the passion started because I was watching these voice actors do this. I fell in love with this role playing game, and then it just, like I said, that theater nerd spark just blew up, and that's where it honestly started.
Mm.
Out of everything possible, Dungeons and Dragons, and just being able to create, I know, and just being able to create these stories for my friends that fell in love with these characters that I created, some of them just off the fly and other ones that we just developed into, you know, sticklers into the main storyline. And to this
Mhm.
day, I every once in a while still hear like, "Hey, what's Mama doing right now?" Oh, Mama's still going at it. Um, one of the characters I created for them, her name is Mama Ashbraid. She's a dwarf that's about 157 years old,
Wow.
and she owns her uh, own restaurant per se, tavern, and it's called Kismet's Kiss, which is another word for fate's kiss. And she's literally the joy that I have about, and it's so stupid, it's just a character in my head, but the joy I've put into this character is basically I took different parts of all my mothers, because I have 4 mothers. I have my adopted mother, my mother who raised me while my dad was working as a single father, so it was another family that watched me, and then both my mother-in-laws. So she's literally all the weirdest parts of my mom's all rolled up into one.
Aw.
And she's like my one of my favorite characters of all time that I've ever created. So yeah, I know. You never know where your inspiration's coming from ever.
You know what? It could be anywhere.
Hmm.
The kids walk backwards and you're like, ooh, I would love to.
There are so many things off my kids I
I
have
know, right?
used. So many kids. So many things.
Oh my goodness, just the things that they get into or the things that you see, just noticing,
Mhm,
someone else in a situation and how they
mhm.
respond. And that's always a good thing.
Mhm.
I gave out a whole lot of energy this morning, so yeah, sister girl is like running on fumes, and she's high as a kite. It's
Oh,
like,
yeah.
hey, like who's gonna be Lady Myya today? Me.
It's
Yeah, maybe. We
gonna
don't
be
know.
the crazy one, because
Yeah,
he's with the
you
crazy
know
guy,
what?
come on. Yeah, wow, the crazy guy, sir.
It's hilarious to me because I love the fact that you said I had several different people in my head at the time.
Oh, I
And
have,
I'm
like,
like,
40,
ooh, me too.
45, 56 characters in my head easily. I'm still figuring out it's
Like
only
I'm
when the
still counting.
voices
Like
yeah, it's only when the voices stop talking that I get worried,
work
'cause I
exactly.
never know what they're talking about.
And you don't know if they're plotting. Hmm.
Exactly, I know.
Those
Who's gonna
plots
take over
are horrible.
today? Who's gonna take over today?
Exactly. And it's funny because like my husband does not know who he's gonna wake up to in the
Nah,
morning. He's just like,
no.
okay, it could be country Maya, it could be city Maya, it could be thug Maya, it could
Mm.
be and then, like all these types of people.
Mhm.
And it's only because like I always in my mind, I was just like, okay, I don't belong here because I want to talk like this today. And I don't
Mhm.
want to do that no more. What in two tarnations means that you're gonna even sit here right now and think you're gonna just do what you want to.
Let me alright, let me hear you let me tell you something, young lady. I we gonna sit down and we gonna have a talk, okay? So, no, I try not to get into my country accent just because I grew up with hillbillies, one of my mothers. I grew up with not just, like, rednecks, I grew up with hillbillies. Yes, I grew up with, "Hey, we have a raccoon as a pet," redneck or hillbillies. I'm not kidding you. I am not kidding you.
But I would have
I
loved that. I was
we
like,
had
wow.
my mother, I love her to death. She's like this 5 foot nothing, maybe 95 pounds wet
Oh,
piece
oh,
of country dynamite that is the love of my life. I love her to death.
oh,
She when I was younger, she would actually take in wounded weapons,
oh wow.
wounded animals. Yeah, I know. Wounded. Well, that was the dad. That was my dad. He took in the wounded weapons, replaced them, and fixed them. No, uh, she would rescue these animals, heal them up, feed them, make sure they were good, and then release them. So again, we had rabbits, we had raccoon, we had various different creatures beyond control in the country. I don't even remember half of them,
Oh
thankfully,
wow.
probably. But these are the people I grew up with. This is the type. These are why the stories and why the things that I do come from. I've had the most ridiculously interesting life ever,
Okay.
and I would not change any of it by any means necessary because it has created some really good characters in my head for my stories.
Mm, think it's fun though. It's
Mhm,
just like I think, as actresses and
mhm.
actors,
Mhm.
we take from our environment,
Oh, yeah.
and you get those people and you get the baseline, and then
Mhm,
you just go and flourish and see how this thing look, and I
mhm.
always wanted to be what is her name? Was it with the Wizard of Oz? It was Glinda?
Dorothy?
Was it the witch Glinda?
Oh, the good witch?
Yes, the good witch.
Yes, Glinda, yeah.
Ooh.
Oh, no, I'm the good witch.
Dorothy.
That's the wicked witch of the west. I'm the
You
good
need
witch of
her
the east.
shoes.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
this is
It's like,
awesome.
what drug was he on when he created the
And I
the
need
land of
those
Oz? I no, I remember what it was. I know what it was now. It was when he was drinking Coca-Cola
Coca-Cola.
because they actually used heroin
The
in that thing.
lollipop
They actually
kid
used Coke in it.
are the kids.
That's
The
why it was
lollipop
called Coca-Cola.
Okay, so what is the deal with the Oz though? Because like the Oz was
Oh, the Oz himself?
yes, the
The
great
the
and
the
powerful
great
Oz.
and
No, no, no.
powerful
I'm talking about
Oz.
the Black Wizard of Wiz.
Oh, the Wiz?
Yes,
Mm,
that's my jam right there. Oh,
that
okay.
was a whole different drug.
I loved
That
it
was
though.
I did too. Oh, absolutely, I loved it. Come on now. Diana Ross? Come on.
Yes,
Michael
Michael,
Jackson? Come on.
Nipsey
No,
Russell.
exactly. Come on now. There's just too many great names in it.
It
I
really
love it how it was just another way that they were modernizing. I can't speak tonight. Modernizing a classic into something that was more Motown version of it instead of the classic version. And it was wonderful. Now, if you go to Return of the Oz, now we're going to be into like, okay, you seriously were on some bad drugs when you were
yes,
thinking this crap up.
yes.
This is insane.
It should never have been come out at all. Like
Although there are some characters out of it I truly loved, and it was one of the characters was the the card guards. So you had the one that always would tell the truth and the other one would tell a lie. And so they had the
oh,
heads up here, heads up top, and heads up on the bottom, and they would always just talk to each other, like
um,
figuring out who is actually the one telling truth and telling lie. And what I thought was hilarious is like the absolute ridiculous part is like, why did she have to make the question? If I remember correctly, she asked a really ridiculous question instead of just doing something simple like, okay, one, because here it is, one was red, one was blue. All
okay.
you had to do is just go to the blue one. Are you blue or red? And if they, he'd have to tell you, I'm blue.
Mhm.
Okay, he's telling the truth. You're lying. Win.
There you go.
It was never anything that smart. It was like,
It was
come
the
on now,
common sense, sir.
that's the easiest question of all. Come on.
Common sense is not so common. I'm sorry, sir.
Amen, sister. Amen, sister. That's one of my lines. The common sense is not common in this place, is it?
No, it's not. It's not.
Mm.
I think this is fun. Okay, so give me your favorite character.
My favorite character. Oh man, it just depends on the mood that I have.
Mhm.
Um, Sometimes, my little ones, I love doing the little goblin voice for him. So it's like a
Mhm.
mixture. It's like a grizzled version of Stitch. So when I
Ooh,
do it, I always start like Stitch up here, and then I will like lower it down just a little bit and put a little grizzle on it. Go, like this is how I would actually talk like this. Hello, everybody. My name is Lamont. Lamont Struggly.
I'm done. I am so done. I see why your son likes that one so much. That is so funny. This is amazing. Okay, so
But
okay.
if I'm being devious in any way, like I was
Oh,
for your husband,
that was fun.
see if I can do it. Because sometimes here's the one thing about doing that, like that really dark voice is sometimes like
You mess with your
you
throat.
no, it does. It's not even in my throat. It's up here. That's the weird thing. So, um, I always have to start with a laugh because that usually helps out.
Right?
Welcome to the dark side. Yeah. Or, but of course, I love doing the noble that has everything, needs nothing, but wants more of everything.
Ooh, what's full of everything. I like it.
I love the darker side. I like the darker characters because they're
That's
so opposite
right.
of me that I
Me
can
too.
make them fun in some way, shape, or form.
Exactly.
I have That's why I love to create certain characters because and just to show because you already know about my little minis.
Yes.
Just to show you all what I mean about this. I'm gonna move my mic just a little bit. Let's see. Yeah. Yep. Mini down, mini down. All right. So this one is called a cadaver collector. Okay. So let me get in my mirror. There you go.
That is he. He is
That
he.
is a cadaver collector. And so the voice I just did would be for something like him. So he'd be like, I'm going to get you and I'm going to stack you onto my spikes. So, but and then of course, I have, my little noble people up here. I have this one right here. That would be like my noble officer who would want to actually speak more like this and enjoy life and explain himself honorably. So, it's just we're little things like that.
It
And,
is.
and that's why I keep these guys up here. I have a whole shelf right above this.
And they're a lot.
There's a
It's a
lot. There's a lot. I have a
lot.
sickness and I accept it.
It's
But
not a
my
sickness. It's
it's
what makes you you.
it's my collection. It's my collection of precious, my precious. This is actually my favorite one. This is called a gelatinous cube,
Ooh.
and it has a little interesting aspect to it. So,
Yes, it
but
is.
these are my passions. These are part of my passion, and
Yes.
because they give me that inspiration, that gives me that drive to okay, what type of voice would this character have? What kind
Mhm.
of background story would this one have? Because based on the background is depending on what the personality would be like.
Oh,
And it, I'm an archetype writer, ladies and gentlemen. I am an archetype writer.
it's an art.
I, I there for those who don't know what that is, and I'm still learning this too. There's two major types. You have an archetype writer and a gardener. Um, an archetype writer has to have like everything has to make sense. Everything has to have a reason why it's happening. A gardener actually just goes with the flow and okay, we'll start out with this as the main theme and then we'll go wherever it goes. Wherever this branch goes, okay, we'll follow it.
Mm,
Wherever this one goes off, okay, it's got some flowers on it. Okay, so we'll make it more fluffy here or happy or whatever the case may be.
right.
So for me, I'm working on a character for Lady Myya, yeah, that she so lovingly called Lucy, and to create just to give her a little bit of a personality, I decided to give her two more personalities. So
That's animal.
so which if y'all know Lady Myya explains a whole lot.
Pretty
But
much.
pretty much, yeah. So I created for her in Dungeons and Dragons, there's a variety of different classes. You have the rogue, ranger, you have your cleric, your paladin, your warlock, your warrior, your barbarian, and your fighter. Those are your main ones. For her, I created one personality, which is a paladin. So very honorable fighter, always has a deity to guide them, more or less. And then the other one, her darker side, we created a type of rogue slash uh, femme fatale version of her. And I
Okay.
based these characters off of things that I already know about LadyMyya, of like everybody else does. But I also based them off of historical figures. In this case, it was uh, Boudica, who was the last Celtic queen, went against the Romans, and off of Empress Theodora, who was Emperor Justinian's uh, queen, empress of the Byzantine era. So, taking all these little characteristics, not only from Lady Myya, but also from these historical figures, I created two different types of personalities in one character. So now you have Lady Myya, who is multiple personalities. You have
Always.
Lucy. Well, yeah, you have her original character, Lucy, and then you have Lucia, who is the rogue Harley Quinn I should say, instead of Budka, excuse me, Harley Quinn instead of Budka. And then you have Lady Tariana, who is the paladin, Empress Theodora, very protective of children, women and children. So these are things that I do just to get these voices out of my head, and just enjoy creating stories and just creating characters for people to use whatever they want to.
Mm. See, and it's so much fun, you guys. If only you know, if you knew the combinations of the things that he just said. If you did not know, darling, you might want to look at all the rest of my podcasts. You'll see. Just mesh them all together and just throw them all together. Put some sauce on it. It's good. Certainly.
That's
Okay.
Lucy. That's
Yes.
Lucy.
Well, so,
Hello, darling.
exactly. He knows me. Yeah. Oh goodness. We talked. I mean, we talked.
We talked for a while.
I
Yeah.
got you.
Yeah.
I was like, yes, you do.
That's my
Yes.
Sorry.
It was so much fun. And you're such an animated individual. And I thought I was animated. Yes. I was just like, I met my match today.
Yeah.
Need to know him. I feel so bad, but it's so good to be bad. Yeah.
I'm so good at being bad.
I know. I'm a dorko, y'all. As long as y'all know, it shouldn't be that bad, right? As long as I give you a heads up as much as I can. Exactly. Definitely. Okay, so what do you want to do next? What do you want?
Goodness.
I know you want the biggest job you could ever get. You want who do you want to call you?
Oh my gosh. If I could have, there's a variety of people I would love to have call me
But
and just
number
say,
I need number
oh
one.
man.
Yes. Don't pop nothing over there.
Okay. Yeah, I know. Oh, okay, I got the thought. I got blood on my nose now. Okay. My ears bleeding now. No, there's three major places that I would truly love to work with. I would love to write stories with Wizards of the Coast. Those are the publishers of the Dungeons and Dragons manuals, and like Chris Perkins is one of the major writers of that. I would love to, even play a game with Matthew Mercer and Taliesin Jaffe, Travis Willingham. They're some of the biggest names in voiceover industry. Laura Bailey. Oh my gosh, it'd be like a dream to work with him on something. But animation wise, I would definitely love to work with Pixar on some type of project with them. I think it would be wonderful to work with them on something. Honestly, the great thing, the one thing I love is that for me, these are not like the dream. These are like big goals of mine, yes, but they're not the big dream. My biggest dream is just being able to, use my voice to help small businesses to actually get bigger and better from last year, and survive, reconstruct whatever they have left and just rebuild it and make it thrive.
Yeah.
So that's why I love working with small businesses and just creating these promos with them, helping to create the content, working with other media and marketing companies to get them to get where they need to be. Those are my true passions, honestly. Everything else, these big dreams, if they happen, they happen. If they don't, it's not going to kill me, because I'm still living my dream right now just by doing this stuff.
It's going to kill me. It's going to kill me, because if you do not make it, I doubt that you won't. I doubt that you won't.
Hey.
But I will have every type of problem. I will go to every WB, Pixar, DreamWorks, and Disney, and just be like, bombs.
You know what's hilarious is the fact that I have a buddy of mine. He owns a cleaning service in Tacoma, Washington. Uh, it's called Faith and Hope Cleaning Services. It was one of the many small ones I've helped to get better where they're at, and he is he is so passionate, just like you, about, dude, you need to get out there, you need to do this. He's like, what do you need me to do? What do you need me to do? I was like, dude, just refer me to people. He's like, no, what do you want? I'm like, oh, I don't know. He's like, I've got, I can get you people's names and numbers. Just tell me who you want to work with. I'm like, all right, give me the casting director of Pixar. Okay, here you go. I'm like, thank you. Do you know them? No, but I found their information. Thank you, but I need to actually talk to them. I want to talk to somebody who actually knows casting directors. I want to talk to people who are
you have to work
directors
your
and
way up when
producers.
you get in there, sir. You gotta work
Exactly. Right,
you gotta
exactly. I don't
talk to the assistants first.
exactly. See that
Figure out who they
exactly.
are first. And then
Exactly.
you talk to the big wigs, right?
See, you know, it's to if you know. Here's the great thing, and I'll put it into the universe.
Yay. Universe.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you know anybody who wants a quirky yet somewhat humble, I guess, voice actor who is looking to just create stuff. I don't even care if I become famous. I really don't. As long as I can just create wonderful stories for people to, you know, enjoy growing up on and say, hey, you're the guy that did that, then I would be happy to talk to you. I would be happy to talk to them. If you're a small business that just wants to use a video voiceover for a video on your social media accounts, because again, one of the biggest things, the biggest statistics that's coming out this year is that 82% of internet traffic next year will be with videos. And I know that's going to be one of the big things that people are going to see.
Yeah.
I'll be happy to work with you on that. That's me. I'm a very simple person. I'm a very simple person, but it's out there. I put it out there. If it happens, happens. If it
It's
doesn't,
gonna happen, sir. You already put it out there. Come on.
I already put it out there.
Put it on out there already.
You know, even working with a screenwriter on something would be great.
Don't do that. That's not nice. You know exactly what I'm talking about. Hey.
I know. But I put it out there anyways.
Gotta get you in some circles there. Yes, definitely. Okay, so if you could say something to someone that's thinking about their passion, just not sure, what do we do with these things? Am I supposed to move on it? What am I supposed to do with it? What is it supposed to look like? What do you say?
I say a couple of things. One, pray about it. Pray about it constantly, and you will get the answer, because that's exactly what happened to me. This guy here is a walking testament to that. Definitely pray about it and talk to people that are whatever your passion is. Talk to people that are already doing it. Do your research. If it's into voiceover, okay, talk to people who are actually doing it now. Find a voice actor and just pick their brains. Ask them how they got started. Excuse me, what companies did they go to actually get voice acting coaching? Who did their demos? If you did get demos, send them out to people and say, hey, what do you think about these things? I'm going to tell you right now, if you're going to be a voice actor, it's not cheap. You're going to push out a lot of money just to get demos, get the coaching that you need, get the representation that you can get, getting marketing coaching, coaching and marketing, and learning about the industry. Do your research, pray about it, do your research, and by every means necessary, I say this with all my heart, if you don't have a passion for it, don't do it.
Mm.
If you have a passion for it and you know it's going to make you happy because you've already seen other people saying, hey, why aren't you doing this? You're so good at it. It makes other people happy that you're doing it. Do it. Just do it. Don't worry about fear. Fear out the window. Just do it, because you never know what is going to be put into your lap. And then you're going to look at
Nike. Just do it.
just do it. Just completely do it.
It's amazing because when you see people that have such a passion for what it is that they do, everybody sees mine. They're like, okay, yeah, the chick, you get her in a corner and she will not stop talking. And no, I won't. I'm like, okay, my husband finished cooking. I have to eat. I'll talk to you later, and it's just more so like I love passion and I love creativity and I love being out of the box. The box is boring, you guys. Understand that. Please understand. I implore you to get out of the box. See, I'm not as good as you.
It's inconceivable that no one would actually do this. I mean, it's inconceivable.
I love that dude, man.
I know. I don't do it real well, but it's always fun to try.
It sounds, but you know exactly who it is, though.
Yeah.
When you hear
and that's the other thing about exactly. That's the other thing about what I do is that there are multiple characters that I do impressions of that just die. But the fact is that I try them. That tells me, okay, if I work this, maybe I can do better at, or it's no, I'm just going to drop this one. Maybe I'll just take his characteristics and throw him into a different voice.
Ooh. Okay. So if I gave you a person, do you think you can try one person for me?
I will do my best.
Okay. You can tell me yes or no. I'll be okay.
Okay.
Okay. Right. My very favorite all time, Sean Connery.
Oh my gosh. It's a bad Sean Connery, but I can do it. Let's see. Miss Myya, what are you doing right now? It's amazing how you look. It's simply amazing. Now, if I could do this more often like this, I could probably try to figure something out, but I can't really do it so much. But I try.
But I love it. It was good though. It was really like you were spot on. I was like, oh my god. I've been in love with Sean Connery forever. So yeah.
I think a lot of women have been in love with him forever on end. The guy is almost 80, 90 years old or something like that. Yeah. He's up there. I know he's up there. I think he's like 80 something, and he still looks good. And even young women like, I can work with that. I can swing with that. I can do that. I think I could be happy with that. Especially since he has that title of Sir Sean Connery.
Yes. Okay, I'm sorry. My obsession is really getting a hold of me, and I do apologize for you guys. And that's all I'm gonna say.
It wouldn't be a great show if you just didn't let your passions just take hold.
Say. It's awesome. But yeah. Okay, so please tell my Mayan tribe how they can reach you, beloved.
Well, beloved, you can see me. You can go to my website at maccabeegriffin.com. So everything down there, just altogether.com. You can, my Instagram and my Facebook page is Mack Griffin VO. On Twitter, it's at mackgriff909. And on LinkedIn at Mack Griffin VO or Maccabee Griffin. Excuse me. Yeah, Maccabee Griffin.
Okay.
This guy right here.
That dude right there. On
that dude. Oh my God, Harley Quinn.
Yay! I know you did that. This is the only one I can do. Mr. J. Oh no, don't do that. So it's like, I'm gonna get you. Yeah, I love
crazy. I'll tell you, crazy. You're impossible right now. You know that. Holla.
Oh my God! See, I told y'all was gonna have some fun. Y'all just didn't know. Y'all did not know.
And now you
So
know.
yes, and
The big rainbow of now you know.
I love it. I love it. I love it. This has been so much fun.
Mhm.
Okay, so you guys, if you need any help or know anyone that needs help for voiceover for their commercials or anything to that magnitude, you know, like he said, you know, most of this stuff is going to be the cartoony, kind of zany, that's going to get the attention of the people that are looking
Mhm.
for those things. And so, of course, he's definitely on my list. He's on my list for a lot of
I'm on a
things
lot of
that
people's list. I just don't know what
right.
list they are.
Which
I think I have a government list too.
at
Well,
least you're not
here,
at the bottom of any list. So
I don't know if I'm at. Well, here's the other great thing about voiceover is that a lot of people really truly think that we are extremely expensive, but really we're not. It just depends on what's needing to be done.
yeah.
And like the least I have ever worked on. And here's the other thing, and I will put this out to the internet too. If you are struggling, if you are a struggling business and you truly want to have a voiceover added to a promo for a new product or service, set something up with me through my website. I have a Calendly link on there as well. Um, I will be happy to just even take 30 minutes out of my day just to brainstorm with you. And, I'll even try put it out there as I will do some promo. I'll do stuff pro bono if it means that it will help you out.
Mhm.
I will,
Aw.
I
Yeah, he's
will,
going to do a
if
whole bunch of pro bono for me. No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
just a little bit.
I'm just
No,
mad.
that's fine. No,
I'm just
but
messing
it
around with
is,
you guys.
but it
He's a
is,
sweetheart. I love
yeah, it is the case that if you are struggling, if you are an actual struggling business, I will be
him.
happy to sit down with you, go through brainstorm some ideas with you, get in if you feel that what I do is what we're going through is right for you and you feel like it would be a perfect fit, then I
Mhm.
will be happy to take some time out of my day, sit down, write some stuff up, send it your way for you to say yes or no to, and we'll figure something out. And then I will be happy to record stuff here in my
Humble
booth,
abode.
my humble abode. And here's it. I'm gonna get a secret out to the world real quick. Most of the great voiceover actors use their closet as a booth because of the
You
fact
don't
that
say, darling.
I do,
Oh,
because of the fact that the clothes absorb all of the echoiness.
yes. So,
So, and it's small, it's padded. I work in a padded room all day talking to myself, and I get paid for it. That's a voiceover actor. But no, I'm dead serious on that. It's like if you're a struggling business or someone a business that is struggling and is wanting to create a voiceover for a promo for their services or for a new product coming out, I will be happy to sit down, write some stuff up for you, and even record it for you in some type of reading style for you. If it means doing character voices, if it means my regular voice, if it means adding a midwestern accent or a mid-Atlantic accent, I'll be happy to try. It's
Atlantica. Yeah.
mid-Atlantic. Think okay, mid-Atlantic would be like your
I'm
Cary
kidding.
Grant or
Yeah.
your Spencer Tracy. Who else did the Mid Atlantic? There's basically many of the old black and whites from the 20s up to the 40s did Mid Atlantic accents. So that's the best
Sounds
way I could put it.
so
It was like
posh.
exactly. It's more of a posh accent, if it's anything. It's a reading like this. That is more of what a basic mid-Atlantic accent would be. A great accent, a great idea of what a mid-Atlantic accent sounds like is Vincent Price.
Oh,
His accent was that, yeah, the way he spoke, that was a mid-Atlantic. It
that's
was basically America's version of trying to be English.
oh, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm,
that's why it's
mm-hmm,
called mid-Atlantic
mm-hmm.
accent.
Like we didn't make it all the way.
We didn't make it all the way. We
We
still
just
have
made it
our
halfway.
we, we have our accent. We just made it more posh, more
Oh, gosh.
more high-nosed. But yeah,
Tea,
exactly.
darling, tea.
Yeah, tea, darling. Yes,
The tea.
definitely.
Don't spill the tea, darling. No.
Don't spill the
Um,
tea.
I
We
love
don't know what's in
this.
it
I
right
love
now.
this. I wish we could do more because we only got like 2 more minutes left. But definitely, if there's anything else you would like to say, I know you just gave everybody your information and all that good stuff. And I of course I love the voices. Voices are fun, super fun. We're gonna work on some stuff. I know we are. So
Oh yeah, we've already got stuff lined up.
yes,
Probably.
yes. I already
The
put my bid in, y'all. See,
the fact that
y'all sleeping on it.
I've already started creating backstories for your character. Come on now.
Yes, because Lucy's awesome. What?
Ladies and gentlemen, let me put it this way. I gave her like a page and a half origin story for the original character Lucy. And today I read her a paragraph of
A
Lucia.
diary.
Yeah. The journals. The idea behind it is that the character, because of the fact she has different personalities, is she has various blackouts. She has blind spots within her memory. She doesn't know how she got so many scars on her body. And so her personalities who want to protect her, either for, just because they love her or because of the fact that they just consider it survival,
Mhm.
or at least the darker side was, it is the idea that they tell her exactly what happened within these leather bound journals next to her bed when she wakes up. So think of it like 51st dates in journal form, but with adding two other personalities to it.
Yes. Yes.
So
I love it. I love it. I love it. Look, if you guys want to learn more, better call us. Let us know. Talk to us. You got a message board. Let's see it light
talk
up.
to me, baby. Talk to me. All the time. Talk to me.
But thank you guys for joining us. I will see you guys later. So, you can always hit me up. That's admin@ladymyya.com. Myya spelled Myya. And you know why? Because your homegirl is special. I'll be talking to you guys later.
Bye.
All right. Woo! I know, right?
My happy dance. My happy dance. My happy dance.
Wanna dang, gonna jump the thing. That's one of them happy dances.
Come on, ride the train and ride it up.
Right. Oh, so while you were talking,
Mm-hmm.
of course it came to me, and I'm
Mm-hmm.
sitting there like, oh man, let's see how this works. Remember
Mm-hmm.
I was telling you about that the app, the Up
Mm-hmm.
Live app?
Yes.
I was telling you about it. Okay. So I was talking to some people earlier today. Now,
Mm-hmm.
mind you, this thing is all over the world. It's like in Japan, and I was talking to these people, right? And so
What was
it
the
was
app called again? I'm sorry.
Up Live.
Oh, Up Live. Okay, gotcha.
Mhm.
Now I remember.
Now they have it to where you can talk to somebody and you can have all type of conversations and
Mm-hmm.
chats and all kinds of things. And I'm sitting there like, okay, a sister girl's mind was just going absolutely crazy because I was sitting
Mm-hmm.
there like, what we could do, which would be hella funny. I
What?
said we could get look at you. I know, right?
It went dark all of a sudden. What happened? What happened? Oh no! Oh no! And by the way, you're still recording.